Sorry, no, there was a lag.
I guess your internet fucked up again.
So earlier he was using his mobile data hotspot. But now he has Wi-Fi. How can he still have bad internet? Sorry for the poor quality of audio and video. Thank you for bearing with us.
Welcome back to another episode of Heads Up with Goindi, and today we're going to be calling upon the millionaire life champion and a very dear friend of mine, Sumit Sapra. Sapra. Let's find out. Firstly, I want to know, is it Sapra or Sapra? I've known you for 10 years and everybody calls you.
It's Sapra, but yeah, unfortunately or whatever, a lot of people end up calling me Sapra, and I never
the point where he calls himself Sumit Sapra. So Sapra, I know for a fact that it must have been really tough for you because you did everything that the Indian society wants.
Society can't tell me shit now. What does society say? Beta engineering कर लो, कर ली bro. तो वो MBA कर लो, वो भी कर ली. हाँ तो जो करना करो, हाँ वही कर रहे हैं.
Okay, Sapra, तू पंजाबी मैं पंजाबी, तू बैंकर मैं बैंकर, तू पंजाब लफर मैं पंजाब लफर, तू main event champion मैं main event champion, तू sports buff मैं भी sports buff. But what's the difference between you and me?
Bro, you forgot two important things: IIT and IIM.
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
It's not IIT IIM, it's the fact that I saved your life in Vegas. IIT IIM से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, bro. अभी we were 30 Indians in Vegas, and we all decided to do an Indian night out in Vegas. So we go out partying, we come back. Sumit Sapra has made day 2 of the WPT, and he has to play day 2 in about 3 days' time. So we come back. I go to play day 1 of the Jain, and I come back home after like 20 hours, and I realize that Sapra still hasn't recovered. And the next thing I know is he's dehydrated. So I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, the heat in Vegas is a bitch.
I called the ambulance. I got all excited and stuff. These ambulance guys came.
Excited.
In. Okay, Sumit Sapra on the bed. They're like, oh, we have a hangover. I was like, I don't think it's a hangover. He hasn't recovered in about 20 hours. So they check his blood pressure, and then they say, okay, if you take him in the ambulance and take him to the closest hospital, it's going to charge you $1,500. And he's like, you can either take an Uber, and that'll charge you $10. So we had to put him in the ambulance, and it was just fun. I was taking selfies while Sapra's lying down on the bed. We took him to the hospital. He got treated, and this man loves poker so much that he checked out of the hospital, comes out, plays WPT day 2, runs deep, finishes like 15th. He's like, okay, I'm done with WPT day 2, and then checks himself back into the hospital.
Played WPT, went back to my hotel. I don't know, was it something that I ate? And I started feeling unwell again. And this time, Romit and Patni showed up the next morning. And then this time I went in Patni's car to the hospital. I didn't need an ambulance.
But so Sapra, I'm going to just say Sapra. So
Fuck you. Fuck you for asking that question and getting an answer and then still continuing with this shit. I'll start calling you Goindi.
Goindi. Fine, you must have got into IIT, you must have got into IIM. But it really doesn't matter to me. What I want to know is, are you smarter than a 5th grader? We'll keep it for a round of beers and lunch when we meet.
Done.
The rule is, if you get it right, you get a point. If you get it wrong, I get a point. At the end of all the questions, whoever wins the bet. Okay, what is a baby kangaroo called?
I used to know this, man.
Joey. Which creature has wings yet cannot fly but can swim? Hey, don't open Google, bro.
I'm not opening anything, man. Do you see me opening anything?
So I'll give you a clue. You find them only in the South Pole.
Kiwi.
No, South Pole pe kiwi kidhar hai?
South Pole is like...
Antarctica, man.
Yeah, I know Antarctica, but what do you find there?
Okay, penguins. We know what mammals are. They don't lay eggs, right? Which is a flying mammal?
Bat.
Oh, nice. Sapra opens his account. Which word is spelled incorrectly in every English dictionary?
Incorrectly?
Oh, Sapra. I really thought you got wrong. What goes up never comes down.
At this point, it looks like my weight is the one thing that's always going up and never coming down. But I don't know what you're talking about.
You were so close. The answer is age. The air we breathe. Which gas constitutes 78% of the air we breathe? Or the air around us? Nice. That was easy, bro. Formula of force between two objects.
Force is equal to mass into acceleration.
I don't even know if it's correct.
It is.
Whatever you say.
Take my word for it.
So then do you remember the value of G?
9.8 meters per second square.
Alag level pe IIT. Okay. Can you name the 7 sisters of India?
Assam, Arunachal Pradesh.
Sapra is not a millennial.
Do you want the answer or no? Yeah, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim.
That's 3.
Meghalaya.
4,
Mizoram.
5.
What else is there?
5. That's 5. You can't see me.
Manipur.
Oh, that's 6. Last
One more.
You got 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and that's 1 point for me. Tripura.
Tripura, oh yeah.
Now imagine if I ask you the capitals of these states. Who built the Qutub Minar?
Altamash.
Okay, I'll give you half a point. That's a tie because it was finished by Altamash, but it was started by Qutbuddin Aibak. Okay, let's go to math. Poka has a lot of math, so I'm going to ask you some math questions. 17 times 10 plus 5 multiplied by 7 plus 23 divided by 2.
You lost me at 175 multiplied.
That's 1 point to me. R is the daughter of Q. M is the sister of B. Who's the son of Q? How is M related to R?
How is M related to R?
Yeah.
What was the first one again, sorry?
हिंदी में बोलता हूँ.
छोटी बहन कोकिला उसका बेटा है बकुल बकुल का जो चाचा है राहुल की जो शादी हुई थी जिसके साथ उसकी जो बहू है उसकी बेटी है तो उसकी बेटी है
तो M और R के बीच में क्या कनेक्शन है?
भाई बहन होंगे यार.
हाँ बहन यार. Oh, well done, dude.
As always, Mr. Goindi had his ass kicked. Okay, so the next time beer and lunch is on you.
Beers and lunch on me. Bro, Sapra, do me a favor, okay, before we move in there. Just can you record your voice on a audio if you have an option? Backup voice record.
I'm using micro, so I don't know why it should be breaking because.
No, internet. Because of the internet.
That's your internet, not mine.
Sapra and I actually had a bet match. I mean, the thing with us is I don't know why we always end up having these bets, bro. You and I had this bet match during WPT India. And for once, we were on the same side of the bet. So it was Sapra and I playing a doubles match against Barney and Danny McDonough.
It was a Lagan match.
Guys, what are we playing for today?
Tax exemption for the next 3 years if you win.
Yeah, but it was close, man. We lost 6-4. I see a lot of similarities with sports and poker, right? And if you actually notice, when we were down 3-0 in that game, and we finally identified our opponent's weakness, which was Barney, and we just had to give the ball back to Barney. So, and we lost that set. But I'm pretty sure, like today, if we have to play a best of 3 or best of 5, we'll win. And poker is very similar, right? Where you have to actually identify weaknesses of your opponents and then play your strengths against your opponent's weakness. How do you go about identifying weaknesses in your opponents on the table?
Yeah, so I think the first step, that's the first step to start adjusting to how they might be playing against you.
Yeah. And if you didn't understand what Sapra said, you know where to come to the poker boot camp.
Yeah.
Very simple. Okay, Sapra, I'm going to ask you a few more questions. Okay, wait, hold on.
First, you start calling me Sapra before you ask me another question.
Damn, son.
Sumit Ji, if you were to become a dictator of a small country, what crazy dictator things would you do?
I would resign.
Dictator one can resign. But he wants to become president of IPPA. What is poker to you in one word?
Awareness.
Ooh. If you had to have one superpower, what would it be?
I guess to read people's minds.
Then you just have to be me. Would you rather be Hugh Hefner or Dan Bilzerian?
Well, Hugh Hefner is kind of too old. So at least if I'm Dan Bilzerian, I would have a few more years to live. So yeah, Dan Bilzerian.
Because the old age is already ticked off with Sapra.
Not as much as with Patni, I guess.
Yeah. It wasn't me, Patni. It wasn't me. I promise I love you.
हम तुम्हें मारेंगे और जरूर मारेंगे.
How many combinations are there in Texas Hold'em?
How many combinations of what?
Of starting hands. How many combinations of starting hands are there in Texas Hold'em? ये बता.
52 into 51.
तो कितने हैं?
तो कर ले calculate बता.
So Sapra, I saw your LinkedIn profile said professional poker player at PSL. And I wonder how you got there.
How I got there?
Who was your captain, bro? Who drafted you? How did you get that title?
I believe it was a guy called Abhishek Singh Goindi.
Season 1, Sapra was our pro player and he got retained in season 2 only because we needed to raise funds and he was an IIT IIM guy. You know, like startup tha. So
I still haven't gotten my share or commission for raising that money for you.
For that, you have to speak to Mr. Pranab Bagai.
Last I saw Bagai was at the airport in a spacesuit, so I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, I saw that too. He was in a spacesuit.
All this while we play poker and it's an individual game. And all of a sudden you have a team dynamic in a game which is an individual sport. I remember when I was playing the finals, I felt this very uncanny dynamic at the back where the entire team was watching, because all of a sudden I'm representing the team with Akira on the finals with you. 3 of us were there in the finals representing the entire team. And you feel this weird dynamic because, you know, if you bust and don't win, you're letting down the entire team, right? So the prize money is for the entire team and you're out there performing on their behalf. And that dynamic is never there. I remember busting like the World Series main and walking back and it was completely fine. But then I busted a free roll and all of a sudden I'm like, damn, I have like tears rolling down my eyes. I'm going and chugging like beers. It was just a crazy experience. I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to describe
the walk of shame after busting gets more intense when, you know, you have other people counting on you. And I think we lost Goindi.
If not the internet, there's always some problem, bro. Always.
What router do you use? Do you use a dual band router?
You have actually made some impactful changes in this community with tax laws. You forced some operators to actually change their tax structures and did such great work for the entire community. And you pushed for it time and again, and it finally happened. When most people thought that it was not going to happen, you made it happen. Yeah, I mean, kudos to you. So vote for Sapra.
I really love live poker. It gives you the chance to see a new place, have new experiences, meet new people.
I think the one thing I miss about live poker is the fact that I can't shuffle those chips anymore, man. And I can't give those stares. You know, just like walking into the casino, like looking at everybody, you know, just sitting down with a stack, running deep. And that feeling of live poker is something that I miss. I'm just hoping live poker comes back, but I just hope it's none of those masks and shields and gloves. And I've been seeing some videos and pictures all over, and it just doesn't look the same, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Sapra, for coming here, Mr. Beast Bhai. Just vote for Sapra. I'm sure you'll see him on the felts very soon, and I'm sure you're going to see him crush very soon. Watch out for him. Thank you, guys. Hit the bell icon. I have to say it myself this time. Please subscribe. Share this with all your friends who play poker. Share this with everybody. And let's grow this game together.
With my swagger, hop in there with yo, I got places to go. People to see, time is precious. I look at my Cartier out of control. Just like my mind where I'm going, the women, the shorties know